one day I was watching television. I was in 12th standard, and my father came home early. I was watching tickers moving up and down, and he asked me, "Are you interested in stock markets?" I said, "Yes, I'm really interested in stock markets." He said, "You know what? There is one boss of mine. He is a finance guy. He invests in the stock markets, and he's bought two houses." I was like, "How's that possible? You are not even able to buy one house, and this guy has bought two houses already, just one level above you." And that is where I understood, friends, that for middle class, stock market is that tool which can take you places. Now, only thing is today, whether you believe me or not, the only difference is today the audience watching, whether you guys believe me or not, when I say this, that thing stuck in my head. Then I went on to do my CACS. Also got admission in NMIMS during that time. So I did my MBA in capital markets from NMIMS Mumbai, full-time MBA, and specialized in capital markets. So friends, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, these things I've done for 2 years, you know. And while all that was fine, but I realized later on, and I got a campus placement in Kotak as a credit officer. So I was the guy approving loans. Later on, I got into investment banking with HDFC. So my last job was with HDFC. I've had a 10-year long career, friends. And post that, I was, thanks to the stock markets, I was able to accumulate so much money that I could leave my job. I remember when I left HDFC, I was sitting at a 35 to 40 lakhs corpus. And I thought to myself that this is enough money to at least give me some kind of financial security while I, explore my options into other things, what I want to do in life. I wanted to explore myself, you know. I'm, by the way, also into music. So I also wanted to sing a little bit, learn. I wanted to give my Sangeet exam as well. Um, so I did that as well, took a break and tried to figure out what I want to do. Stock markets, but have been something which have been a constant companion with me. What I did later on will be extremely interesting for you, that I never stopped investing in the markets. I never stopped, and my research only increased when I left my job. And friends, thanks to that, now my portfolio is a whopping 2 CR. And do you know how much difference that makes to my life? I had 40 lakhs, right? Initially. Now, of 2 crores, even 20% is how much? Please type in the chat box. Thank you so much, Mithun. Thank you so much. 2 crores का 20% 40 lakhs होता है, friends. 40 lakhs, which was my initial corpus. And today I want to share with you, while sorry, I'm telling you this today, but there are tears in my eyes, and it's not some sorry about this, but I remember that day when me and my dad were sitting in the car, and I had invested in Nesco and Infosys. I do concentrated investing. I Mithun, this was in 2020, 2021. I had around 40 lakh rupees. From that, I've moved to a 2 CR. Yeah. So I still remember that we were sitting in the car, me and my dad in Noida. I was visiting him, um, and we were just driving, going to someone's funeral, in fact. And such a irony. While I was going to somebody's funeral, I did concentrated investing in 4 or 5 stocks, right? I normally don't invest in more than that. Nesco that day, Friends, I had invested around 50 lakh rupees. Hmm? And that one day, Nesco came up by 25%. Infosys, just some weeks back, I invested around last year, I'd invested around at 1200. And so I made some corpus by that time. I'd invested almost 30% of my funds there. I'm not saying um, I'm telling you to do this because that's a different art. Yeah. There's this time to go there. But I'd invested around 30% of my corpus there. And friends from there at 1200, when it fell, I bought it in huge quantities. I kept holding it. I kept holding it from a long term perspective in mind that this is somewhere I feel safe. This is somewhere which will make money. Infosys only gave me 30 to 40% return, but the kind of safety it gave me, the kind of return it gave me, I remember that was excellent. So from this 70, 80 lakhs, I made another 40 lakhs. Nesco, while I invested 50 lakhs, I doubled that amount. So that day I remember in the car from 50 lakhs in 2 days. Yeah. There's this previous day and there's this next day where 20% stock went up. And I remember uh, me making money um, in front of my dad. The amount which was coming on the screen was 20 lakhs profit in 2 days. Magical moment, friends. It's like there were, I should have got happy, but I was crying. And life changed. Life changed. Yeah. So my perspective to tell you this story was not to brag. Yeah. Yeah. Preeti, I will tell you. Does one need to have such a large corpus to start investing? Don't worry about that. I started 2 lakh rupees. Let me tell you, I started with 2 lakh rupees. Um, I got my first bonus in life. Let me tell you, I have worked with a superstar investor, Madhusudan Kela, while I was doing my internship in NMIMS. And so I knew him. Once after college, when I got into a banking job, I stopped investing in the markets. And what happened was, because I stopped investing in the markets, but I was dealing with clients. I was doing fundamental analysis, technical analysis, because that, not technical analysis, but fundamental analysis, because that job required me to do that. Post that, one day, this superstar investor, Madhusudan Kela, by the way, he has a 2,500 crore portfolio now. He met me. He was Reliance Capital CEO that time. He met me. He told me, Utkarsh, are you investing in the market? I said, no, sir. I mean, I've lost touch and, life has taken over. He said, don't do this, Utkarsh. I've told you enough times that with a job, nobody's gone rich. Friends, I later came to know that's so true because my dad, he being a director with Jindal Steel and Power earlier, working all throughout his life. Imagine, throughout his life, he's worked for others. Yeah, for me, my family, everybody is got us to some kind of a level. But what I noticed is towards the end, he is still slogging for money. After 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore salary, people are slogging. So now, then I understood that with salary, as your salary levels go up, your expenses also increases, your lifestyle also increases, your peer groups, they also start buying fancy cars, and what you see is peer pressure. You want to put your child in the best school, then you want to uh, uh, buy that amazing fancy car, then you want to send your child to a fancy education abroad. How are you going to do that at that age? So now the trick is to do this early. make money early. Success, I feel, is defined when you do whatever you wanted to do before time. Success is all about that, friends. Another definition I have for success: success is a progressive realization of a worthy goal. So now today you guys have come to this particular session. I don't want to wanted to give you a perspective before we start with the masterclass about how success stories are built. What is success? Most people will tell you it's, you know, getting knowledgeable, getting more and more information. It's not. Let me break it to you that my understanding of success now has completely changed. It's not about information. It's not about knowledge. These are basic things. Yeah, these are must haves, right? If you don't have that, then there's a problem. But a bigger challenge is people not creating goals for themselves. Create, imagine if you have to move from Mumbai, you want to go on a holiday, and you have not set the destination and Lonavala in your mind or on the Google map, then you may go north or south towards Surat, or you may go downwards towards Goa or Alibag. So it may take more time, right, to reach there. You will reach ultimately to Lonavala, but it will just take more time. So people have not set their goals. And then success is a progressive realization of a worthy idea. If you want to be a cook, if you want to be a cook, then you must create that goal and slowly move towards that. A person, he wants to be a petrol pump attendant. He must create that goal and purposely move towards that, not by mistake. I call that success. Purposely moving towards that particular goal which you have set for yourself. How many of you resonate with me? Just type R. How many of you resonate with me at some level today? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Now, I want to cover this particular part where people are talking about mutual funds, right? Why not mutual fund? Utkarsh, should I invest in stock market? Why should I invest in stock market? Why can't I just give it to somebody and do my job? Mr. Some MS Mr. Bhadoria is also there. Sir, Hindi mix karunga. But what happens is there are a lot of people joining from South Bangalore as well. So those people do not understand Hindi very well. So let's respect those guys as well. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Um, so, friends, people say that why shouldn't I just go for my job and start investing in mutual funds? Friends, success is all about combining all these factors together. Whatever job you're doing engineering, you're a doctor, you're a physiotherapist, you're a pilot, you're an investment banker, whatever you're doing, okay? You can't remain in silos. You can't just say that, oh, I too know finance. I don't want to know marketing. Look at this. Look at all this. See what I'm doing. I have to learn how to market. Friends, let me tell you, I'm very weak at marketing. I don't know how to market myself. Yeah, that's the problem, right? The Even after giving 40% return this year to all my community members, I have to market myself. Imagine. That's the truth of it. But can I say that, oh, I'm this finance guy, I don't want to market myself? Can marketing people, can some of the others, doctors say that, oh, I am this person, I don't want to learn other things? So, success will come when you complete the circle. To answer that question very pinpointedly, that why not go for mutual funds? Mutual funds is all about mediocrity. Friend, my sister, last year she told me, "Oh, bhaiya, look, I have 100% return in my mutual fund portfolio." I said, I asked her, in how many years? Then she looked, oh, I think it's 7 years, bhaiya. I was like, in 7 years, you got 100% return. Do you guys know last year I had 100% return? So a mutual fund giving you 120% return in the last 7 years. By the way, this can be very tricky. You will not come to know in how many years because they don't represent it like that. So mutual fund giving you 100% return in 7 years is nothing. You could have very well invested at 7% in FD and at least kept out of being in the market. Why for that 12% return you have taken so much risk? If you have taken risk and gotten into the markets in mutual funds, debt, equity mutual fund, only equity mutual fund, you should have a 18 to 20% return per annum minimum. Now, let me take you to another level. What I am today talking about. So Animesh is asking, are you making me think and question my investments now? Absolutely, Animesh, I am. Let me tell you that you guys are here for a perspective from me. My role as a mentor, yeah, if you would consider me so, is to guide you incorrectly. I don't care. Somebody feels nice, somebody feels bad. My my dharma, my duty is to guide people properly, not to care about what people will think. I really don't care about all this now. I'm over all that about caring for. I have 100. I'm teaching 180 professionals. By the way, I took out the average age. They're all elder to me. So I'm right now 37. The average age of the community is ranging between 40 to 35. So that's what happens in mutual funds. Last year, I was able to make 100%. Let me tell you why. Friends, the mid cap and small cap index has gone up by 80%. And there are some mutual fund managers coming in telling me we made 40%. There are some investors coming in telling me we made 40%. You have underperformed the benchmarks by 40%. 40%. It's not a joke. All I did was I beat the benchmark by 20%. I do not have any competitions, friends. I do not have any competitions with anybody around mutual fund, whatever. But I have a competition with myself. I want to improve every day. But also, I see that the benchmark index has performed this much. Should have I beaten that? You should be beating that, friends. So people who have not got 40% return, even a 60-70% return last year, have questions. Do you think you are investors? Do you think you are doing well? Do you still not know how to find stocks?